Northern Conference has released its all-league honors for softball, with Escanaba and Gladstone dominating the special awards. Michigan commit Grayson LaMarche represents the Eskimos as the Player of the Year, while her teammate Carly Bowden earns Defensive Player of the Year honors. Gladstone's Lauren Sundquist is the GNC Offensive Player of the Year, and the Braves' Montgomery Pepin is the Pitcher of the Year in the conference. Escanaba head coach Andy Fields takes home the Coach of the Year award, while the Eskimos are also the Team of the Year. Both of these teams are still alive in the state tournament, competing in the regional semifinals this Saturday.